So I know the rumors have been flying around for quite some time now, and I'm happy to announce that I am 11 weeks pregnant. Ken and I are expecting our very first child come January of 2025. We're both very excited. This was not planned at all. It was completely unexpected, but we're both very excited to take on this new journey of parenthood.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, July 19th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Well, Gypsy Rose Blanchard has finally spilled her secret, which has been kind of fueling and rumbling around over on TikTok and various social media platforms. She is pregnant with her first child, and Ken Urker, her boyfriend, is the father. She made the announcement about her pregnancy over on her YouTube channel and shared the details about her pregnancy. Gypsy noted that she's 11 weeks pregnant. She's nearing the end of her first trimester. She is due in January, and she has been very excited. Some of the details she revealed was that she was dealing with some unusual cravings to orange juice and an insatiable appetite when it occurred to her that she could be pregnant. She was actually going through fertility issues with her OBGYN, she said, and they actually believed that she was having infertility because she wasn't ovulating. And lo and behold, she actually was pregnant. So she found out she was pregnant, and she and Ken are apparently very excited. Gypsy did note that some people might be a little bit shocked by this news and have questions about whether or not she's ready to become a mother. Obviously, you have seen on the series Gypsy Rose Blanchard, Life After Lockup, just how new she is to life, how much she's learning, not only about herself, about her family, about everything. You're also seeing sort of how her marriage with Ryan Anderson started to break down. And in last night's episode, you actually met her current boyfriend, Ken, and Ken talked about his relationship with Gypsy, where he felt things were at the time, why he wanted to speak out. And Ken was pretty, I would say, honest about his feelings about Gypsy, why he decided to break up with her the first time, which he said was because he felt like people were telling him that he was holding her back, not allowing her to grow by marrying her while she was still in prison. And so he backed off, hoping that, she could find herself, and he didn't want to be the reason why she couldn't find herself. He didn't realize, obviously, that she would get into a brand new relationship, and that's what happened. And Gypsy said that had she known when Ken broke up with her that he would get back together with her or would wait for her, she never would have married Ryan. Now, the relationship between her and Ryan had its own issues, and I think it's pretty evident if you watch her series, which last night's episode kind of showed how the relationship started to break down. Ryan was becoming a little bit more increasingly controlling about who she was spending time with, where she was going, who she was talking to, who she was talking to on the phone, who she was texting with. In fact, when she was over at her dad's house going crabbing and having dinner, he wanted to do a video call with her and she couldn't. And he wanted to know why, because he wanted to know if there was someone there that he wasn't supposed to see. He also got upset with her when she confided in her sister about having unprotected sex with him and her fears that she might be pregnant, to which she ended up taking a morning after pill because at that point she was feeling unstable in her marriage and wasn't ready to be a mother, and her sister, who is a nursing student, suggested she take the morning after pill, and so she did. That kind of created a whole fight, and he got upset with her for doing it on television, although I don't know about that. Either way, I'm not super impressed with the Ryan I see on the show, and Ken, for his part, appears a lot more mellow than Ryan. He seems very high strung in that he has a lot, his brain is moving 100 miles an hour, but he talked a lot about how Gypsy really brings him calm, a level of calmness, and that he cared about her incredibly. So they actually got together not long after she and Ryan split up. Ryan and Gypsy split up in March, and then she actually got together with him in April. And Ryan has been on all over his social media trying to share his side of the story. And I don't know, it's not really landing a lot with people. But at this point, Ryan and her are in the middle of a divorce that is going forward, and there's no possible chance of reconciliation. And yes, the father is Ken. There's absolutely zero possibility that the father is anyone but Ken. So when it comes to her announcement, she shared that she's due in January. She and Ken are excited about it. She said that she is having mood swings. She's been incredibly emotional. She said she cried when she was listening to a song on the radio. She's having different food cravings, like wanting orange juice all the time. She's a lot more hungry, and then she's dealing with fatigue. Gypsy mentioned in her announcement that her upbringing is in the forefront of her mind right now as she becomes a mother herself, and she has been reflecting on her childhood and what she wants to do differently for her child and what she would like to be as a mother versus how she was raised. Obviously, with the trauma that she grew up with and what her mother put her through, there's obviously going to be challenges for her because she grew up with a mother that was incredibly dysfunctional. But I think that's taught her, from what she's saying, to be the opposite of what she grew up in. And because she grew up with a mom and without her father, she said it's super important for her and Ken to try to weather this out and figure a way to stick this out together and stay together for the sake of their child and for the sake of themselves, because now they're becoming a family. She mentioned that both of them grew up with parents that were not together, and so they both want to be able to provide a loving, stable home for their child, and so they're committed to making their relationship work, and they're going to do their best to stick it out. And I'm saying this not to say that they have any level of possibility of breaking up. It's more that this is their commitment level, is to make this work. And so she and Ken are very excited. She got emotional, obviously, talking about her own childhood, and she got emotional talking about her mother. Anyone that knows the story knows that it's a complicated one, and whether she is liked or hated, she does love her mother, and she does regret what happened to her mother, and she wishes it could have been different, and she wishes she would have made a different choice. And today she's finding out what freedom really means. And she's going to, I said, quote unquote, grow up really fast. I have been hanging on to this secret for weeks. I actually found out she was pregnant the day after she found out. She and I were on the phone, and she told me what she told me. And it was obviously a shock for everyone, but I can say that everyone in the family is so happy and so excited for her. And it's just been overwhelming, the support she's received. I know that her dad and her stepmom can't wait to be grandparents and are excited and are there to support her. And if you've seen anything, yesterday you saw that her father is very, very, very interested in making sure that he has a good relationship with her. He wants to be able to spend time with her. He wants to be able to connect with her so that they can make up for lost time and then have a relationship going forward, because both of them were cheated out of that. And now her dad is going to be able to have a grandchild. And she's actually living with her parents now. So she's living with her dad and her stepmom, Christy. If you've seen anything from Christy, you've noticed that she's a supportive stepmother and she loves Gypsy and she's there for her no matter what. So everyone is happy. I understand some people online are going to be confused by this. Some people are going to have opinions about this, but overwhelmingly, I will just say that it's wonderful news for Gypsy. And even though it's unexpected, she is taking this head on, and she is ready to become a mother. and Ken recently moved to Louisiana. And so while they're not living together, she still remains with her parents and he lives on his own. They are still very much together and they will welcome the baby in January. So congratulations to Ken and Gypsy. I can finally say that publicly. I finally kept, and to Christy, Gypsy, and Vicky, I kept the damn secret. It wasn't me that leaked anything. Yay me, I am a vault. All right, you guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed and click on the bell so you never miss a video. Bye, guys.